loads and loads of sizes that you can go for on your children's book. We try not to restrict you in any way apart from what the physical possibilities are when it comes to the physical size we can print and the physical size we can bind. So the answer is yes. What is the question? Is the ethos X, Y, Z. So here we've got a couple of small sizes around A5. So this is A5 size. You could shave a little bit off the height to make it a little bit more unique. A5 is 210 high by 148 wide. And this other one here, Tales of Great Cities London, is 148 mil wide by 200 high. Make it a bit more stand out. We don't charge extra for bespoke prices, so if you did want to go for something a little bit more custom, it's absolutely fine. Square sizes work really well for children's books because you get a nice wide double page spread, and the orientation and the layout works really well for both portrait and landscape images. Pouch's Magical Worry Cheeks is a really nice book. It's got a gloss laminated front cover, and then it's got uncoated inside pages, so that's really nice contrast when you open up the front cover, something a little bit unexpected. So you get the nice shine of the front cover, and you get the more tactile feel of the inside pages. So this is 210 by 210. Slightly larger than that is The Journey of Teddy and Marla, 215 by 215. Again, a square size. Quite impactful double page spreads when you flick through this one using the full width of the pages. A recent one that we've just printed here for Rodney Matthews. I believe this is a reprint of a book that was first done in the 70s. A prolific and very iconic fantasy artist, and this one is 240 by 240. So in terms of square sizes, the max size that we can do is 297 by 297. That gives you a huge double page spread of 297 by 594 to really fill with your brilliant eye-catching illustrations. Same size for hardback books, 297 by 297. So you can go for that size in wire stitched, perfect bound and hardback. But that's a super impressive publication when you come to that size. Larger than A4, so it's more substantial. Again, you can charge more for it as a cover price. Landscape options, you can go for any landscape size larger than A5 landscape up to and including A4 landscape. So these are slightly smaller than A4, Melting Planet and Nelson's Dangerous Dive. They're 270 wide by 210 high. So again, just taken a little bit off the width of A4 just to make it a little bit more eye-catching for the reader rather than just the standard A size. So we've got a saddle stitched one here. As we've spoken about, the pages can be opened completely flat, so you get the full benefit of the complete double page spread. And the Melting Planet is perfect bound, a nice neat 3 to 4 mil spine. Yeah, it's just not quite possible to push the pages flat without risking spine breaking. So landscape sizes there, anything larger than A5 up to and including A4 landscape, which is 297 wide by 210 high. On portrait orientation, you've got slightly more flexibility. You can go from anything from A6 portrait up to A4 portrait. So A6 is 105 mil wide by 148 high. A4 is 210 wide by 297. So A6 is a nice, neat postcard size publication. Fits in your pocket. You can charge a lot less for that. So it might make it more palatable for people at kind of fairs. Sort of an instinctive purchase they can make for a couple of pounds rather than something they have to really dwell over. That's A6. We've got the standard A5 hardback book here. We've got Nana Duck, which is a bespoke size between A5 and A4. This is about 270 high by 210 wide. And we've got A4 itself, which gives you the nice full impact of the largest spread. Captivating, colourful images. You can really fill the page with your text and your illustrations. We can either print your work in black ink throughout, or we can print it in full colour. The full colour is going to give you far more impact for your images, really, really bright pages that jump out at the reader. Black ink is cheaper, and one particular way where you might want to utilise black ink on a children's book is if you make it as a colouring book. Colouring books are an increasingly simple way of illustrators getting their already completed artwork out there and bringing in some more money at a time where it's very much needed. So here we've got a full colour cover, matte lamination on the cover to add extra longevity. And we've got the inside pages, simple black line art, and a story that the children can spend a lot of time lovingly colouring in. So paper does prefer to be laid flat, and when you start folding paper in half to get the cover of your book, you can see there immediately that the ink along the spine has actually started to crack. It doesn't look great, and the more you rub your finger on it as the reader, the more it's going to go even more. So when it was flat, it was perfect, and straight away we folded that sheet. You can see the paper's just roughened up a little bit. You can see the fibres of the paper, and it doesn't look great immediately. So we recommend laminating the front cover of books to prevent this happening. So here with Nelson's Dangerous Dive, we've gone for a gloss lamination, and you can see where it's been folded there. The lamination acts as a protective film over the front cover to stop it cracking, so it arrives in pristine condition for the reader. So you've got 4 choices. You've got gloss lamination, you've got matte lamination here, slightly more subdued, nice smooth professional appearance. Again, it stops the ink cracking. Or we have anti-scuff, which we tend to use about once a year. Or we've got soft touch lamination, which gives a nice velvet feel, possibly more suited to corporate uses than it is on children's books. So we'd probably tell you to go for gloss for a really, really vibrant, shiny front cover, or matte lamination, slightly more muted, but still very professional looking.